Greetings to all. I am Dr. Ashok Kumar Katta, Department of MBA, Program MBA, Semester 2, Subject Operations Management. Today, topic for the presentation is on the role and elements of forecast. We should know why the importance of the forecasting in business world. Forecasting will give all the time an idea for what you are doing, what you are supposed to do for future development of your institution and as well as your department. Here the forecasting is not only for internal but also that you need to come to know the environmental scanning in the society. What are the updates about your product related features, design, colors, what is the price was deciding by your competitors, how are you going to decide your prices, how are you going to minimize cost reduction techniques to expansion of your business for future role. Like this, everything should be required. An effective forecasting all the time will give a good feedback for development of the company. Here, certain important roles will be performed or coordinated by the forecasting. First one, the basic of planning, promotion of organization, facilitating coordination and control, success in organization. First, we'll see and talk about basics of organization. Basics of planning. What is this basics of planning and why we need to be talk or to discuss? As we know very well, the forecasting which is going to be done by the top level executives in the name of preparation of a strong strategy by knowing about their vision, mission, environmental scanning and future, what they want to do and what kind of goals they are having to achieve in future. Relatively, they will prepare by their own strategy. Here, the forecasting also to be lead or guide with the preparation of a good planning. All the time, a good plan will give a very good result for the development of the institution. Moreover, it is going to be generate the planning process. Preparation of the planning is not at all enough for the success or development of the organization. We are supposed to prepare that to continuous or the practical implementation of the planning also to be an important part of the grand success of your planning. Here, the planning which is going to be expressed about to take a place in a certain circumstances and conditions relatively to take your organization to the future hopes. Here, each and every plan which is going to be decide what you are going to do, what you are going to be achieve and what kind of innovations or recent things you are updating in your projects also to be part of your planning. Unless a manager knowing about the conditions of the market, internal and the external elements, he cannot able to prepare by an effective or a qualitative planning. Being a manager, you should know about properly the analysis, forecasting, theory wise and as well as in the practically the analytical statistical data also to be knowing by the manager. All these data will be helpful for him to prepare by a good planning. Next one is talking about promotion of organization. The basic objective of an organization is to achieve the performance of certain activities. Whenever you have a good planning that is going to be implementing a particular place, that is called it as organization. Here the organization will be giving you all the facilities to effective utilization. It may be a resources, it may be your ideology, it may be that whatever the planning or works you have been prepared, all these things are practically implementing for effective development. Not only an organization is a place, but also that which is going to give an effective outcome of all these activities. As we know, organization will be doing inputs into conversion process. Finally, we are going to see that the expected outcome. Who is expecting? As per the management perspective as well as the customer perspective, we need to provide a good qualitative product then definitely they will be convey that their regards satisfaction about the organization performance. Since we are expecting outcomes depends on future events, and as well as there is no need to worry about the problems what we are going to face in the future, because all the time your expectations, your past data will be giving you a very good result to achieving your objectives. Facilitating, coordinating and controlling. Here, facilitating means they are providing the entire facilities for effective utilization of many resources. Here, each and every resource we are going to use it more effectively for coordinating, and we are going to producing by a finished form of output. Here, the forecasting also to be required some sort of information. Various kinds of factors will be measuring. It may be political factors, legal factors, socio-cultural factors, employees, customers, like that n number of factors will be knowing, measuring, relatively they will be come up with the forecast. As we know, the environment was updating, changing in day to day or by the year on basis. Whenever there are updates, you need to be do all these updates changes in your projects. Otherwise, customer will ignore or forget about your product. It is just like many companies were entering into the Indian market, but they were unable to predict forecasting properly and they left from the Indian market. Whatever the information you have been collected, all these information should be genuine and important information only. In research, we will say that every researcher has to collect minimum primary data as well as secondary data. Primary data means the first hand information, which is highly trustable information. The researcher was directly collected the information. Here also, in the facilitating coordination, we are going to collect the information from internal sources as well as external sources. Ultimately what happened, these data is accurate, trustable, then definitely we are going to be implementing, relatively we are going to get by very good returns. Almost in all the units of the organization will be definitely involving in this process. If the forecasting was good, if they identified certain elements are going to taking place in future or some kind of wrong things are going to happen, whenever they predict, immediately they are going to implementing, or they will be giving a caution signal to the each and every unit. Relatively they will be alert for doing necessary changes in their activities. Moreover, this is going to be providing an interactive opportunity. So far we are seeing within the four walls only, the based on higher level official orders or some other comments, relatively only the employees are working at the organization. Whenever they are encouraging to the employees or the sources people, whenever they interact with the market, definitely they will be come to know that what kind of opportunities, what kind of requirements are there for the public, how far we can effectively implementing by those requirements, how come we will able to coordinate with the planning department or designing department, or how to convince to the management. These are the requirements of the customer, what we supposed to do. All these are the then and there the parts of development of the institution. Here next one is success in organization. Whenever you have a very good forecast, whenever you assumed your all assumptions and existing data was correct, then definitely you need not to worry about by the success, because success will always follow the person who is having an efforts with the meaningful efforts and correct form of data, and rightly whenever they follow that each and every statement within an ethical aspect, then success they will be getting. Here the risk of the each and every organization is a common element, but how you are going to predict, how your organization is ready to overcome of all these risk factors is very important element for to face your issues or by the problems. Next one, elements of a good forecast. On what basis, whenever you collect the information whenever you are doing your forecast. Simultaneously, you need to know about these three important elements also to be very important for them. Right time. In the forecasting methodology also was explaining to us right time you should have a very good forecasting, and relatively that right time you are going to do necessary changes, customer taste and preferences before changing it. You are going to deliver your product, then ultimately you are going to see the profits of the organization. Reliable, it should be a constant, like as per the requirement, demand, futuristic aspects of the customers. Relatively you need to be provide the product. When customer started to use your product, he should be feel that this is reliable, trustable product for us. Accurate, the degree of accuracy should be stated. Next one, elements of a good forecast continuation. Meaningful, whenever you prepare a good forecast, you have to be understood about, or you need to gain some kind of information from experts in the name of financial planners or some kind of marketing analyst information. Sometimes we are going to observing about to the well developed countries, whenever they are doing changes, updations, whenever any recession comes or any positive comes, we are going to find out first that is going to show impact on a well developed countries like Western countries. Whenever we are focusing on them to knowing about the information, ultimately all your skills will be giving you a meaningful result. But here we cannot able to give an accurate forecast for about your business, but somehow there is a positive correlation, positive sign we are able to get through the trustable databases. Whenever you take an information that will give positive results for the development of your institution. Here, whenever you do all the changes in the product according to the requirement of the customers or requirement of your plant production department, definitely your user forecast will be giving you a positive sign of development. Thank you.